Let me show you how to take an ebook file and access one of the patterns so that you can use it to make a fused glass design. First thing I'm going to do is go over here to my files. I'm going to go to Documents. Now I have already made a file for this ebook called Tropical Teasers. So I'm going to double click on the file. I'm going to double click on the PDF. We're going to go ahead and open that up. This is my original book called Tropical Teasers, and it has a huge assortment of wonderful designs. So I'm going to start by going up here to the minus button, and I'm going to reduce that a little bit so I can see each individual page. I'm going to scroll down to select the page that I want to copy. So at the beginning of the book, it has these wonderful color images of some of the designs in this pattern book. Look at this one, My Secret Garden. This was a phenomenal project, such a beautiful piece, and it really was a garden that I had, an imaginary garden I had in my mind. I still have not replicated or duplicated this garden, and I love it to this day. This book came out back in 1999, if you can believe it. And what's the reason I'm bringing it back now is these patterns are timeless. There's so much detail here, so much wonderful creativity that there's no reason for this not to be enjoyed now. Like, look at this piece. There's some daisies here, or black-eyed Susies. There's irises, clusters of iris, a butterfly, some morning glory here, another butterfly, and then this beautiful scene with the mountains and the hillside here. And then, of course, the picket fence. Isn't that great? And the trellis. Isn't that just charming? Love that piece. All right. This one is iris and water lily. There's all these iris just crowding the top. So there's no sunshine, no sky here. Love it. And then these water lilies on the bottom. Nice variety of colors. Nice variety of shapes. Beautiful project. This one, a heron on the pond. That was actually a front door design for a customer. This one, cockatoo and orchids. Look at the way this crest comes up and these palms reach out and these orchids. Oh gosh, I could go forever. So we're going to keep going. Here's some sailboats, a beautiful underwater scene, tropical reef scene, another reef scene, a volcano. We got some hibiscus and palms and this active volcano in the background. Just wonderful project. Sunshine with a face. Isn't that great? That one's timeless. A lot of these are such great classics, which is why I'm bringing it back, because I feel like, we could all enjoy these again. Dolphin with a reef here. We've got a moray eel. Some little, these are the yellow and blue fish, and some angelfish here. A little crab. There's a little crab right there. Another crab right there. Cute little guy tucked in. Now, what I'm going to suggest here is that you take some of these designs and not do them in their entirety, but take elements of them. Like here, this fish right here would be a wonderful, wonderful 8 or 10-inch circle. It wouldn't have to be this whole elaborate project. Here's a pretty swan with some roses at the bottom and some, I think these are fuchsia here at the top, something similar to that. An iris. This project right here, this hibiscus, is the one that I would like to focus on. This pattern has a lot of wonderful detail. It's relatively big, has a border, has a medium-sized flower here, a bud here, and then a full-size flower here. This is the flower I'd like to focus on. So what I'm going to do first is go up here to the plus. Now, if you're using a different application to open this ebook, you may have these tools in different areas on the page. Sometimes they're down over here. Sometimes they're on the top. So just look for that plus sign and enlarge this flower right here, because this is what I really want to focus on. So I'm going to just plus sign a few times to make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Love that. Okay, now I'm going to go down here to my search bar, and I'm going to type in snip. And then my snipping tool appears right here. Go snip on, click on that, and then over here it's going to ask me if I want to do new, and yes, I do. So then I'm going to take this little cursor here and drag it over the area that I want to copy. All right, there we go. Now I've got this area copied. I'm not worried about these extraneous lines out here. All I really want to do is focus on the flower and these 3 leaves. Now go over to File, Save As. Now in different programs and different computers, some of these prompts might be a little different. So you may have to play with it. So go in there and work with some of these a couple of times so you feel comfortable and familiar with it. Now, a lot of times it wants to automatically save it to pictures because it's an image. But I want to go up here. I want to find my documents. Oh, here we go. Here, I want to find my documents. And I want to find the tropical. Let's not do it. So we know. It makes it a lot easier. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Here to view, I always like to file, and here, and I'm going to open document. This is Microsoft. These guidelines are for Word on a PC. I'm sure there's similar options are available for other operating systems and devices. You just kind of have to figure out, find these individual steps and just figure out how to do them on your particular device. So we're waiting for this to open. Here we go. All right, sometimes this can be a little slow. All right, we're going to go up here. We're going to open a blank document. Now, you could use other apps to work with this design, but this one is what I'm going to use today. I've got this new thing going on here. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to leave it there, not worry about it. I'm going to go over here to Layout, Margins, and go to Narrow. The reason for that is now I have the biggest printable workspace on this 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It automatically wants to save this screenshot to pictures generally because it is an image folder or an image file. So what I would rather do, instead of saving it here, I want to save it to my Tropical Teasers folder. So I'm going to go to Documents. Let's see, there we go, my documents, scroll down, find the Tropical Teasers, and then we're going to rename this Hibiscus Flower Pattern, and then we can call this the screenshot 2. And the reason we're doing that is because I already did a screenshot, and for some reason it didn't take in the video here, so I'm redoing this section a little bit. So hopefully all this makes sense and fits here for you. So we've got the Libraries, Documents, Tropical Teasers ebook. I'm going to save this screenshot there. And I decided to identify a screenshot because when I'm going to make a pattern later, I don't want this to be confused with that file. Save, and there we go. So now we'll close this, minimize this, and let's go here. And now we have the screenshot I took earlier, and then the screenshot I took here, and everything is located in this file all together. Next, I want to insert a text box. Now, this is my method. I'm an artist. I do things differently than a lot of people. I definitely am doing this differently than an engineer or a mechanic, and that's 100% okay. I'm trying to help you with tools that you likely already have and a way to get these patterns where you can use them. I'm going to do draw a text box. Now, the reason I want to draw the text box instead of just insert a text box is because if I draw it, I can move it around easily. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to make this page a little smaller so I can see the whole page. That just makes me happy. All right, so I've got this text box pretty big. I've got these little areas here where I can make it bigger. And notice if I grab on it, I can move it anywhere I want on the page. If you just insert a text box, it tends to put it up here in the corner. And then you can drag it down, but you can't move it around. And because we're going to print this as a pattern, we want to be able to have it in as centrally located as possible so we get everything that we want. All right, so we've got our text box. All right, next step. We want to go to click. We want to go over here to click Insert, Picture. And we're going to grab it from this device. Now this is where having your pattern in the Tropical Teasers folder is so helpful. So we're going to go here to Tropical Teasers. Now I don't know where it's going to take me now, but it doesn't matter. We're going to Documents, Tropical Teasers, and look, it's right there. Click on it and insert. Oh boy, look at it, it's in the background. So what we do is take this text box right here. This is great that it's doing this. And we go up to Shape Format, we go to Fill, and you go here to No Fill. And then you have the outline to show you where it is, but this image will show up inside it. So now we may have to go, all right, now we click on this, and we go to now we're going to pick Picture Format, and now we're working with the hibiscus image, and we're going to drag this. See if we can bring it down. See, oh, it doesn't want to go down. It does want to go down. Oh, craziness. Okay, so what we're going to do is go over here, Picture Format, and, well, let's see what happens. If we do this, oh, that stretches it. Not good. We don't want to do it. So let's undo. So we get the, oh, what do we call that? We call that the, you know, where it's the right proportions left to right. Let's see over here. It's going to tell me what that's called. It is the aspect ratio. We want to keep that. So if I grab this over here and I hold onto the Shift key and I move it, it keeps the aspect ratio. If I don't hold the Shift key, look what it does. Well, there, it still does it. But if I pull here, ooh, I create a rectangle. Not great on this design because it distorts the flower. All right, so let's highlight this and let's go over here and see if we put it in the center. All right, that was good. Let's take this text box here and move it up. Okay, it's attached. Not great. All right, well, we'll figure this out. All right, so let's grab this Picture Format, and we want to bring that down. We want to make this bigger. So let's just pull on that till it fills the space. All right, let's try a crop. We go here to crop. Bring this in. We want to try to retain some of that leaf. There we go. Okay. Then we click off of it. All right, now it's cropped. Now let's see what happens if we pull this a little bit. All right, it's kind of centered. That's great. All right, that's wonderful. And then we can always bring this up a little bit. So you're clicking, there's two different elements here. There's this box, the image box, and then there's this box, which is your text box, which you can put anywhere you want. So that's the advantage of drawing that in. All right, so we're doing great. All right, now we've got an 8.5 by 8.5 by a piece, oh gosh, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And let's see about cropping this design. Okay, so we're here. We're going to highlight the picture. Okay, we know it's highlighted because these little dots are visible. Then we go up here to Picture Format. We go over here to Crop. And then Aspect Ratio. Let's pick 1:1. So that will keep it a square at this point. Then let's go to Crop. Crop to Shape. Now this is the fun part. And you can pick any of these shapes to crop it to, but let's pick a circle. All right, now you're not really sure what has happened here other than we're missing some of the design. So we're on Picture Format. We've got that highlighted. We go to Picture Border. And we add a black border. There we go. And then we can take that border and we can make the weight a bit bigger so it's more visible. There we go. And there's our design. So now we could take this, we can make it smaller, we can make it bigger. Some of these lines here, this line, and this line, we would not use in the design. We wouldn't use some of these lines up here. We're just working on trying to get this pattern so that we can use it for a fused glass project. Now we've got this highlighted, and we have picture format highlighted. And then we're going to go over here to height and width. Now 8" is a nice size for most people's kilns. It's a nice workable size. It gives you a nice decent project size, but is not too overwhelming. So let's go here and change this to 8". And then I hit the enter key. And because I had the aspect ratio the same, it changed the width to 8" also. So now I know this project right here will fit in. Ooh, we don't want to do that. Let's undo. Undo is your favorite key in the whole thing. All right, so let's take this thing right here and move it and kind of put it in the center of the page. There we go. Oop, I got you. Now the left arrow key will move things ever so slightly. That was the left arrow. This is the down arrow. The up arrow, that's a terrific tool when you're working with graphics. Sometimes a project will just kind of, it's sticky, and it will stick to a side or stick to something. And if you just want to nudge it, the arrow keys are great for that. All right, so let's double check that this is 8". Let's go to picture format, height 8, width 8, which is a terrific size for a stand. Let's change it to 6 to see what happens, just for fun. All right, let's change it to 6. And then we hit enter, it changes the other one. And now we get to see the whole design. And we have a 6" circle. Some of the leaves right here are chopped off. Some are chopped off here. We do have the entire flower up here, so I think that's fine. You could relay this out to include those 3 leaves if you wanted to. If I click here, then we just have the circle. If I click on this right here, and I go up here to picture format, I go to shape outline. Now we're dealing with the outside one. I'll go to no line, and then we click off it. Then we have a beautiful pattern. And we just need to remember we're going to eliminate this line and these lines up here, this line and these lines here. Now, if you wanted to, you could go one step further here. If you want to move this on the page, you have to find that outside box, this box. When it's a solid line, you can move it anywhere you want. And I like to put it in the center of the page, just so that when I print it, I know I'm not going to cut off any part of the design. But when you click off it, you can't really move this independently. You need that outside box to do it, which is why I suggest drawing the text box, because then you have more flexibility as to how to move the project around, or I'm sorry, the pattern around. All right, let's say we want to get a little crazy, and we want to draw, and we want to use this, but oh, stop telling me what to do. But we want to use, all right, we're not going to use that one because I'm not sure how to change the color. We're going to go over here to the white one. All right, so we've got this white thing. Let's see if we can, I'm not sure even how to change it. And I don't really want to take your time to do it. But right now we have this white highlighter. And you see what I'm doing here? I'm highlighting those lines to eliminate them, so they're not distracting. Now, if you have enough time on your hands to do this, by all means do it. If you don't want to, now let's try something different. Let's try, oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Pick the size. We can do bigger. I don't know that we need bigger. I don't think we do. But we could change the color. Let's do green. Oh, see, now you can see what I'm doing, right? Eliminating that line. Let's see what happens if we, home, if we select, well, I don't know how to do that. But anyway, this is definitely, let's just undo that. I'm not sure what the heck I'm doing there. Let's go back to the draw feature. Let's change this color back to white. And let's eliminate this line here. All right, oops, where'd it go? There it goes. It's hard to see because it's on white paper, huh? All right. There. Now maybe that makes it a little less confusing for you, a little easier to register. Oh gosh, ooh, that was not good. See, the undo button really is your friend. All right, well, we just separate it maybe from the flower. Maybe then that's all we really need. See, now that disturbed my outside line. I don't like that. I really want the outside line to be clean. So you get the idea. You can eliminate that if you want to. You could also crop this to be a rectangle You could crop it to be any of those shapes. If you want to do a square, you select the rectangle and then hold down the shift key, and that will create a square for you. Let's go back to home, and let's go back to, let's see, we don't want to draw anymore. So let's go to insert something. I don't know, nothing. Oh, how do we get rid of this? I don't even know. Okay. Well, anyway, so I'm learning while you're learning, which is always fun. Lifelong learner is something that I'm proud of. And I hope in some way this helps you. I don't know how to get out of this drawing tool. So I don't know. We're just going to keep that on there. And so actually, I'm going to stop this part of the video and see if I can figure it out, and then I'll come back and tell you what I did. I suggest you print one of these as a test and measure it and make sure it really is the size that you want, particularly if you're going to put this into a metal frame or use it in a mold where you need the size to be very accurate. So I wouldn't assume that this is just exactly what you want. I would print one copy. If it works for you, print another one, and then work from that to create your design. At this point, I would go ahead and File, Save As, and then it's going to ask me, it always wants to put something in my OneDrive. I don't want anything in my OneDrive. So I'm going to hit Browse, and I want to put this back in the same folder with the ebook so that I don't have any trouble finding it later. And we're going to call this, I hope I can spell it right this time, Hibiscus Pattern 6-inch. So this way, by putting the dimensions in there, I know that if I decide that 6 inches isn't big enough after I print it, I can make another one 8-inch and it's not confused. So let's go ahead and drop this down. And then look, here we go. We have this Word document. And there's our hibiscus flower pattern. And if we click on it, see, it's not going to give us that second text box now. And let's see what it says when we do Format. And now look, our dimensions are telling us these are the dimensions for this outer square, not for the inner big. Oh, there we go. Let's do picture format now. And it's 6 by 6. So that's terrific. We have a 6-inch circle. So anyway, I hope you find this helpful. I know it seems kind of awkward and cumbersome. You know, years ago, we used to just take everything to a print shop and say, please blow this up or please copy this, you know, and you get what you want. And that's not necessarily how it's done anymore. But the cool thing is you have at your disposal, you can create your own individual patterns from pre-existing nicely made patterns, and you can resize them any size you want. You can make a circle, square, rectangle, whatever you want. You could take multiple elements and bring them together into a single pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. And then here we've got the hibiscus flower, the screenshot that we made, the Word document for the pattern we're going to use, and then our ebook all in the same folder so they're easy to find. So when you hit save, sometimes it can go any old place. Particularly screenshot will go to screenshots or pictures. Your Word document, who knows where that's going to go. So set up a folder for yourself right up front, save yourself some aggravation, and then save everything to that folder. And then when you go like this, you've got, look at that, Tropical Teasers, ebook right there, and all the things relating to that book are neatly tucked away and easily accessible in that folder. Thanks for joining me. I know, okay, that looked a little complicated, but if you can, take that video that's on YouTube, watch it on your phone while you do the steps on your computer. Watch it on your tablet while you do the steps on your computer, and then just keep stopping the video. So you can do one step at a time. Once you do it once, it's so super easy. And you'll find out, once you've done it a couple times, you'll find out that you have more flexibility than you ever imagined with taking these patterns and making them into something sizable, manageable, and attractive that you're going to really get excited about making. So give it a try. I mean, go in there and play with it. I'll tell you, the first couple times I did it, it was a little awkward. I had to Google, where to find this, where to find that. I had to, it was time consuming the first couple times. But, I've said it before, I love being a lifelong learner, and I feel like every one of these little steps and every one of these little accomplishments that I can put in my toolbox make me a better artist all around and a better, more creative, because I have less confinements and more opportunities for unlimited possibilities, and you do too. So thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, follow, subscribe, comment. We love it when you do that. Consider becoming a premium video member. We'd love to have you. We have full-length individual project courses. They come with printable pattern ebook. Each course shows a different technique, a different type of glass cutting, a different pattern method. They're all unique and all wonderful. And the ebook gives you step-by-step instruction. It gives you firing guides, full-size printable pattern tips, and color material lists, everything you need to make those projects successfully. So become a premium video member. We'd love to have you. And until next time, happy fusing!